I am Hiramatsu, ophthalmologist. Today, I'm going to talk about speed of progression with glaucoma. Are you one of the fast ones? Not so fast? How fast do people actually get worse? I would think that you would be worried if it progressed to glaucoma. In fact, you cannot tell if you're one of the early one or not compared to other glaucoma patients. Doctor says it's okay, but you consider if it's true. I've got the statistical data exactly right. Please watch to the end. This is a study of 461 people with 693 eyes. The study was conducted in Australia and the US. How do you know if the progression speed is fast or slow? MD slope, which means the degree of aggravation of the visual field, is the way how to find out if the progression speed is fast or slow. How the MD value gets worse is the point. 0 at first and -1, -2, -3, -4. If it gets as bad as -30, it basically means that you can't see everything within the range of that inspection. How fast is considered fast? MD value becomes 1 worse per year is the type of fast. How many people get 1 worse per year? Statistically, wide field of view. In this study, the test called 24:2 shows 12.5% of people get worse. People who the center of the eye gets 1 worse are 11.7%. Roughly 10% of people are the fastest progressing type. Then, how about people who don't get fast? There is a specific graph. Take a look at the 24:2 graph. 0 means, not in progress. The one that is not on the negative side is the data that are rather better. In other words, nearly half of them is not progressing or getting better. It is also close as an outpatient realization. Even if it gets worse, only a few people get -1 worse. Basically, it often doesn't go below -0.5. The most common number is called median value. In this graph, it's the group with the highest point, which is -0.2. In other words, the average is 2 worse per year. The data is almost the same, since it is -0.19, even in terms of severe visual field. -0.2 worse is the median, the county with the most patients. If the median value is 0.2, that means 2 worse in 10 years. Let's say you just turned on the final term. So you're at -12 now, which is bad. By the way, the initial term of vision has gone from 0 to 6. Medium term is 6 to 12. So the final term is 12 and beyond. So the higher the number, the worse it is. As you got 12 worse, there is the final margin up to 30. So, there is a margin of 18 inches 30.1218. In terms of median degree of aggravation, 0.2 worse per year, which means it takes 10 years to get 2 worse. Divide 18 by 2, so it takes 90 years. So let's say you're 10 years old right now. It's going to take 90 years, the whole thing gets hard to see. This is the reality of common glaucoma. Of course, what I just said is a pretty bad number. When you get to a number like 20, for example, it will interfere with your life. If you have 12 to go before 20, you have 8 left to go. 0.2 worse per year, and in 10 years, it's going to get worse by 2. So it would take 40 years. If you're a teenager and you're 12, bad, It's when you're about 50 years old to become an obstacle to live. You can see it is bothered to live. That's why young people should be treated aggressively. If you just need a bottle of eye drops, and you get 0.2 worse per year, it's average. However, you will be in trouble after 40 or 50 years. So you need to be treated more. If you were, for example, 20 years old and you find out that you have glaucoma, very early, -3, or -4. Let's say it's -4. There are 16 to get worse to 20. Then I guess you're good to go for the rest of your life. MD slope is the important for how your vision is deteriorating. MD slope is how the vision is getting worse. You check it 5 times, basically. Then you see how bad it's getting. You can't do it 5 times every day. You need intervals of days so that you can see the degree of aggravation. In my case, some patients ask me, how's my degree of aggravation? Who have came only once or twice. I apologize, I cannot see it. But I'm worried about me. I'm sorry, I'll have to look it up a few more times to find out. That's the hard part about glaucoma. 5 times. At least 3 times. If possible, check your visual field 5 times and then you can see it from the degree of aggravation. If you get 1 worse, then your glaucoma gets worse fast. You have to intensify the treatment a little bit. 10% of people who are worse than 1 per year, it's not, no more. If you get 1 worse per year, why don't you take more treatment aggressively? If you are using 1 bottle of eye drops now, it might need to use 2 or 3. If you are already using a lot of bottle of eye drops, you might need to do laser treatment. Or, you may have to opt for surgery because of low eye pressure. It depends on your situation and the state of your treatment. Please do not think like, I get 1 worse per year, so I'm screwed. There are many ways to do it. All you need to do for that is to check 5 times for 24 or 30:2, which is the entire field of view and the central field of view. It's important to check 5 times. As for those whose central visual field is completely normal, it doesn't make much sense to check 5 times. Then, it is important to check the surround 5 times. Then, how bad are you now? The early, middle, late, and speed of the process allows us to know the average and compare it with others. It is only 10% patients who the fastest progressing glaucoma, 1 worse per year. Even if it's 10%, you don't have to give up now. The median, or general degree of deterioration is roughly -0.2 or so. I'm assuming -0.3 is about the same. I think the level of treatment for -0.2 -0.3 is not so bad. It's better to stop the deterioration if possible. If you are near the end stage, I'll do more treatment. It's just a little bit. You can take a look at it, which is often the case. Please discuss it with your doctor. If it's not easy to ask doctor for a MD value, look at a MD value number when you see your eye vision. It varies quite a bit. Today the MD value is at -6, next time I measured it, it's -7. The next time I thought, this is getting worse. Next thing you know, it's -5. So you need to look it up 5 times. The visual field of glaucoma is that it gets worse like this. Today, I talk about the new paper on the average in the world. It's called Ophthalmology in 2023. World-class papers, pages 462 to 468. If you want to see it, please look that. Like this, I will upload useful information from the latest papers and other sources on a daily basis. If you just subscribe to my channel, you might miss it, so we would greatly appreciate it if you could press a bell mark. Thank you for your continued support.